Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Jerry. Welcome, everybody, to Unity of Orange County. How are you doing today? Oh, you're rowdy again. I can tell. You are really rowdy today. That's good. We're going to have you sing a little bit. We're going to start right now, in fact. Please rise. We'll start by singing Spirit is in this place. Get our energy up. Get our vibrations going, right? Welcome in, everybody. Here we go. We have come together as a family. That's the old song. We have come here as we are. You know the words. Don't look at the words on the screen. Listen to me. You know it. We have come with arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof of shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. We sing in celebration. We sing with words of prayer. We affirm our life as sacred. We declare that peace is here. Sing out. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. One more time, raise the roof. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Yeah, you guys are a good rowdy, though. I like that. You may be seated, and I want to welcome Reverend Allison to the platform.
Holding a mic when I choose my hands to talk is going to be lots of fun, so I'll just see what I can do.
I'll see if I can find it.
No worries. All right, so thank you, Tom, for all your hard work there.
Thank you.
And let's start with our opening prayer, and let's say it as we know it and believe it. We pray, believe, and affirm continued growth and prosperity for Unity of Orange County with an abundance to spare and share. With grateful hearts, we give thanks for answered prayer, and so it is. Amen. And our vision and mission statement, our vision, centered in divine love, we co-create a world that works for all. And our mission, to awaken, inspire, and transform lives. And I want to take this opportunity to thank those that are working amongst the scenes to make this possible today. We have Bill on piano, yay. Jerry on drums back there. Tom doing our vocals and audio. John and Waverly, oh no, actually it's John doing streaming today. And Mark doing video. Diane will do our daily word and meditation. Welcome back, Diane, we've missed you. And our greeters today were Ellen and Cindy, and we can't live without our greeters. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We have a few announcements. One of them is if you would like to have prayer, and I'm going to mention that in my talk today, by the way, you can call our prayer line at online at uocpray@gmail.com, and a member of the prayer team will contact you, and they will do prayer for you. And if you wish to join the group, it meets once a month, so you can contact Diane at dianelukin@gmail.com. All right, and guess what? We're bringing the choir back for Easter! Yay! And we've been practicing, and we have 2 more practices, and then we're going to sing on Easter Sunday, so we're really excited. Not too late to join. If you haven't already, come on down. You don't need to be a perfect singer. You just need to have fun. Right, Bill? All right. So come on down for that. Oh, and then we have a special announcement. We have arranged, and I'm sure Diane took care of this, but we have arranged a wonderful opportunity for the Adventures in Resilience group. We're going to have an opportunity on Monday, April 4th at 6:30. Okay, anyone's welcome to join this conversation, but the author of the book, Resilience, Adventures in Resilience, will be on Zoom with us, and she will discuss the book with us and answer any questions. So if you're in the group, great. If you're not and you just want to hear some wonderful information and talk, come on and join us on that. And it is a different Zoom ID, so please take note of that. And then beginning April 27th, we're going to have a new book discussion group that's going to be the Book of Joy. Anybody read that one yet? It's really good. And stay tuned then for more information on that. And now we have an event coming up, and I'd like to ask Holly to come up and do a quick discussion on that.
Hi, everybody. Next Saturday from 8 until 2, we are having what we're calling Circulation Day. You know, we're having to get rid of some of the stuff because we're not going to have all the space we used to. So we're going to be giving things away just to circulate again in wherever and however they need to be used. We had asked people to bring stuff. Unfortunately, this week, after some research, we found out that neither Goodwill or Salvation Army do pickups anymore because of COVID. So if you bring something, you have to take it back at the end of the day. Because we can't be responsible and we don't have room to store it. So you're welcome to bring something and drop it off, and hopefully it will sell. If you do, though, you have to come back and pick it up at the end of the day. I hate to do that, but that's just the way it is. But if you want something from here, we've got all kinds of stuff that we're going to be giving away that we want to just put back out in circulation because, you know, like we talked about last week, what you give, you get back better. So we're giving a lot of stuff away. Anyway, that's it. Thank you. Oh, and it's a love donation. If you want to donate something when you pick something up, you can, but you don't have to.
Give it to Diane. Thank you, Holly. And for a full listing of all of the events and activities, because we do have a lot going on, as I've noticed in spring, you know, we start to ramp up all the classes and different things that we got going on. So please go to our website and check that out, unityoforangecounty.org on the calendar. And now I'd like to invite Tom up to sing for us.
Thank you so much, Reverend Allison. So the talk today is wherever you go, there you are. Sorry, spoilers. And that means a lot of things, but to me, what it means is there's an opportunity in this moment to recognize what you have around you, right? We live in the immediate moment, even though we usually, our brains are here or there. So you guys know this song. Feel free to sing along with it. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling, everything's going my way. Oh, the cattle are standing like statues. Oh, the cattle are standing like statues. They don't turn their heads as they see me ride by, but a little brown maverick keeps winking her eye. Oh, what what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. All the sounds of the earth are like music. All the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy it don't miss a tree. And an old weeping willow is laughing at me. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Oh, what a beautiful day. Thank you guys so much. That song is a wonderful reminder that it is almost always a beautiful day out there. We just got to recognize it for a second, right? So guys, let's get ready for a daily word and meditation. We're going to do that by getting comfortable in our chairs, feet flat on the floor if that works for you. And we're going to do this by singing Blessing to the World. The first one is You Are. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth. And who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. Now, you've heard that for yourself. Know the I am now. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth. And who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. Now expand to include everyone. We are. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth. And who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. A blessing to the world. I'd like to invite Diane to the platform.
Good morning, everyone. Sunday, April 3rd. Today's daily word is inner peace. So I think peace, I feel peace, I am peace. Peace lives in my heart, at the place within me where all appearance of separation dissolve. I feel only peace, only God, only oneness. This peace is always mine, part of my divine inheritance. I carry it with me through every experience, every moment of every day. Nothing can destroy or even disturb my peace when I invite the divine presence, the Christ of my being, to be my constant guide. A passing thought of fear, worry, or anger is a reminder to breathe, to release negative energy, to embrace peace. I feel renewed when I meditate, enjoy a walk in a peaceful garden, or take a moment to appreciate natural beauty wherever I find it. My indwelling peace manifests all around me as beauty, harmony, and bliss. And from Psalm 29:11, may the Lord give strength to his people. May the Lord bless his people with peace. Now, Tom, you bring up the prayer box. So now we're going to take a moment of silence to pray for all of these prayer requests that we've submitted in our prayer box. And feel free to submit a prayer request at any time. We are all praying for you. We have a prayer group of about 12 people here who are always praying for all these prayer requests and everyone in this community on an ongoing basis. So we give thanks for answered prayer for all of these prayers and any prayer that you have right now. in your mind. Just put it out there. And let's take about a minute for all of us to go inside and pray together for these requests and all requests. Thank you, God, for answered prayer. Thank you for all of this and so much more. And so it is. Amen. And now we'll move in today's peace meditation. So let's start by taking a deep breath and begin to relax. As you are breathing in and breathing out, you become aware of any tension leaving your body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Release and let go. You are now immersed in the comfort of God's love. You feel this love saturating your mind and your body. You feel this love removing any anxiety and worrisome thoughts or feelings. There is great comfort in knowing that God is with you at all times and in all circumstances. From that thought alone, you feel your spirit lifted. You feel safe and peaceful. And you are safe and peaceful. Notice as you breathe, your mind is still and at peace. You are calm and at peace. Spirit is flowing through you now, and you feel security and tranquility washing over you. Serenity wells up from your innermost self. Peace fills your mind and body. You are one with God, one in the midst of peace, love, strength, and wisdom. Breathe deeply now and notice with each heartbeat, you become aware of the peaceful presence that is within you now and always. You are never alone. Peace and love and truth are just a breath away. As you move back into your day, your mind is poised and your heart is serene. You know the Spirit of God is within and through you, bringing peace and possibilities in your life. As we pray this, we know it is so, and so it is. Amen.
Don't you know that I am
Thank you, Bill. That was beautiful. That looks like one of our paths we took on one of our nature spiritual hikes, doesn't it? Thank you for that. That looks great. Yep, so the topic is, wherever you go, there you are. And what's interesting is you're going to hear some overlap of the daily word, which I had not read. You're going to hear some overlap from the songs, so try and pick those out as I go along. And I consider myself, a pretty good observer of the world, more or less. The world around me, I try to be observant and see what's going on in the world. And I seem to have picked up on a notion that life tends to respond to our outlook. Anybody else? Okay, good. So it shapes itself really to meet our expectations, which are birthed in our own consciousness. A lot of times we don't want to admit that, but that is the facts, ma'am, just the facts. So in other words, wherever you go on your journey, on this journey that we call life, you project your attitude and your expectations ahead of you. We've heard of that, like your reputation precedes you. So it's kind of the same idea. You're going to project those attitudes, expectations ahead of you. And so then life, being the divine reflector of your consciousness, guess what? It's going to draw the people and the events and the circumstances back to you that reflect exactly what you expect to find when you get there. So what I've discovered is that what I expect from others is what I get. People generally will live up to or down to the level that I expect them to. And why is this? Because the energy that I radiate or broadcast can draw to me only more of the same. So for instance, when someone specific might call me, I have this predisposed notion of how they're going to be on the phone or how they're going to react, to, just based on previous interactions with this person. So I kind of already make up my mind, But I know in a talk in the past I've mentioned that oftentimes our story becomes our calling card, right? And our story in which we live, breathe, and have our being then is what precedes us. But just as often, these stories stem from something painful that has occurred in our lives, such as a loss, a health diagnosis, an inner crisis. There's any number of things that I could mention. But what I'll tell you now is that many of these instances, they're gift wrapped in pain, but these are the ones that teach us the most powerful and meaningful lessons. What we want to do then is honor both the physical and the emotional pain that these things are bringing to us that arise from these circumstances and instances. You know what? Our society, it easily accepts the suffering of physical pain. But somehow, it has a resistance to the emotional pain. The emotional pain that we have, and especially when we seek help for the pain, there's a stigma, there's a thing around that when we're going through something emotional. And I know for myself, and I know for probably 99.9% of the world right now, we've been dealing with some emotional stuff for a while now. And we need to honor that and say that. So then, why then do many of us suffer from this emotional pain or trauma, and we think somehow that we have a magical answer, that it's just going to go away all by itself, and we can heal it ourselves. We got this, right? Well, in my counseling as a minister, I've seen that it is those who are in the deep emotional pain, they would rather deny what's going on in their life than face it, instead of dealing with the issues that cause the pain. And some may even find a way to numb the pain. We've heard many discussions on that before. And this is rational, obviously, seems logical. Whereas we begin to open up to that emotional pain and let it out, then we're feeling it all over again. But there's a little wisdom from John Kabat-Zinn, and he says, irrespective of what trip you take to avoid your emotional pain, upon your return, the pain will always be waiting for you like a faithful pet. Remember last week, Reverend Arlene talked about the pet, coming to the door and wagging its tail and just right there ready to greet you once again, believe it or not. So, why do you think this is so? Who you really are does not end with our physical self. You have an eternity. We've been given this eternity to get things right. So why do we put it off? Why do we keep putting it off? Well, the interesting thing is that whether in this life or the next, the people and the circumstances that cause you this emotional pain are only the stimuli to activate the place that is within you that is in need of healing. Wherever you go, you will manifest the people and the circumstances over and over again, because you are being given an offer to heal that pain over and over again until you finally accept that and move through it. So for instance, if you have not healed from the pain of a death from a long time ago, you may be repeatedly experiencing this type of loss in your life in order to learn the process of healing. Healing from that grief, which we all know is really difficult to do. But there's no better place than here, and there's no better time than now to find that peace that you may be missing out on. So how can we do this? Well, one way is to turn and face those demons that are haunting us. You'll discover that as you drag your emotional pain out into the light of the day and look at it, really look at it fearlessly, it's not nearly as big as you thought it was. It was in the darkness of your mind that made it grow and become a bigger thing than it actually was, because the light always dispels the darkness. So unless the trauma happened right now in this instance, we're talking about something that's happened in the past. And the past is nothing but the past. It cannot propel you forward in any way. So I invite you to know that wherever is that you never stand alone, because the infinite power of God, which is the ultimate light, dwells within each of us, each and every day, each and every moment. So step into the presence of that light with a clear mind and an open heart, and you will find victory in the eternal moment of now. So there's wisdom in that old saying about living each day as though it were your last. And that doesn't mean you should go out there and just be reckless and willy-nilly and do whatever. But what it does mean is recognize that the unexpected can happen at any time. Nurture those relationships with the ones you love. You have to see time, you have to change your concept of time, because remember, time is a man-made concept, okay? There's no time and space in God. So we have to change that, how we look at time, and let's look at it then as currency. And you need to spend that now and not wait for a day that may never come. You're not here forever. I know that's a shock to most of you, but it's the truth. We're not here forever. And neither is anybody that you love. Okay? So take the time to ask yourself, what have you learned from going through this experience? Just step out of it for a moment and change your thought process. What am I learning from this experience? What am I supposed to take away from whatever is happening to me right now? Because there's value in all experiences. It just may take a closer look or a little bit more time to see what that value might be. Maybe the lesson is compassion, maybe strength. Or perhaps in the case of someone dying from a long-term illness, maybe it's relief. Really just go within and seek the lesson of being present in this moment. We often refer to this as mindfulness. I think we've all heard that word before. But many of us spend so much time focusing on the future or thinking about the past that we miss fully experiencing what is going on right now, in the moment, in the present. So make a conscious effort then to focus your attention on what you are doing right now and what is happening around you. So I'm going to tell you a story now. Story time, everybody get on the floor, cross your legs. And this is about a couple of friends, and they're known as If and When. And they somehow forgot this opportunity of being in the present. Okay, and the story goes like this. If and When were friends. Every week they met and they had lunch. Both If and When had suffered a loss and a trauma in their lives. Their conversation usually centered around all the things they would do once they got over their problems. They both had so many dreams and they loved to talk about them. This particular Saturday that they got together, When sensed that If was not in the best of moods. And as usual, they sat down at the table that was reserved for them, and they ordered their lunch. And once they placed their order, Win questioned If. If, what's wrong with you? You don't seem to be your usual self. If looked at Win and he replied, I'm not sure. I just don't feel like I'm making any progress in getting over the loss in my life. I keep reliving it every day. If only I could move on. Win knew exactly how If felt. Yeah, replied Win, I too feel stuck in my grief. But I know I'll feel better when I get the money to go to a counselor. Win then said, well, what about that new job you were going to go for? I'm sure that would occupy your time and you wouldn't be dwelling so much in the past. If replied, if only my computer wasn't broken, I would have sent them my resume. Don't worry about it, If. When you're ready for another job, it will come through. I've been thinking about looking for another job myself, but I'll wait. When the weather gets nicer, I'll go out and look then. Win went on, and he proceeded to tell If about his week, hoping, that it would cheer him up just a little bit. Well, the man at the next table couldn't help but overhear Win and If. They were both talking about when this and if that. Finally, he couldn't take it anymore. Excuse me, gentlemen, he said. If and Win both looked up at the same time at the man and wondered what he wanted. Well, the man continued, I'm sorry, but I couldn't help hearing your conversation. I think I know how I could solve your problems. If smiled and thought, how could a complete stranger know how to solve their problems? If only he knew. When he realized the challenges that they were facing, there was no way he could solve their problems. But curious, If asked the gentleman, well, how do you think you can solve our problems? The gentleman smiled and said, you only need listen to yourselves. It reminds me, in fact, of an old proverb. If and when were planted and nothing grew. If and when were puzzled. They just looked at this gentleman and they said, So the gentleman finally smiled and he said, start counting how many times you use the words if and when. Rather than thinking if and when, start doing. Take action. Stop talking about if and when. Well, If and When both looked surprised at this. And they suddenly realized that what the gentleman had said was pretty much true. So both of them were guilty of thinking, acting, and living their lives for the ifs and the whens. The gentleman left, and If and When's conversation changed. They made a pact that when they met for lunch the next week, there would be no ifs and whens. They would only talk about what they had accomplished. So this is a reminder that only if and when we choose to let go of that which is keeping us from our life, will we move into the present moment of now and live. Through our words and our actions, we broadcast to the universe exactly the experience we expect from it. Exactly what we expect it to be, and guess what? That's exactly what the universe returns to us. Remember, the divine universe always says yes. So check your frequency and tune into something that is higher and better. Reverend Arlene has spent the last several weeks teaching us about different types of prayer, and they've been fabulous ideas and ways to move through some of this. So try listening to those prayers. Try listening to your affirmations that you're doing. And are they using you? Are they helping you to move forward? And then when you sit and you examine them, think of this in mind. Rather than praying with utter desperation, God, show me the way out of this mess. How about if we say, God, show me the way in to a deeper communion with Source? See the difference in the way that's going to respond back to us? Trusting then that the deeper place of knowing, we are always gently led to where we need to be in any moment. And this is actually a divine example then of surrender. It can be one of the most challenging things for us to do because it requires that we become still enough to listen. We have an opportunity every Sunday to be still and listen in the meditation. But what are we doing during the week? Do we just wait for each Sunday to show up? How about if we go a little within every day and be still and listen? Ramana Maharishi suggests that we seek the source and then merge with it. The great teacher Jesus was telling us the same thing when he declared, "Seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door will be opened." Both of these men knew that the source would avail itself to anyone willingly, intentionally, and mindfully who asked and then would merge with it. You see, God extends its guidance to us, its wisdom, its strength, its power, 24/7, whether we ask for it or not, it's right there. But it's up to us to allow then the divine to show us the way beyond these appearances of what's going on in our life. And then we do this by letting go and letting God. So for the past 5 months, I've been assisting my mother who broke both hips in a 7-month period of time. And it's taken quite a toll on me physically, emotionally, spiritually, on me, myself, my family, anybody who'd listen to me tell the story. It's taken a toll, trust me. So, I was at the point where I felt like I have nothing left to give. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. And everyone kept telling me, well, God never gives you more than you can handle. So I think quietly to myself, yeah, you're a minister. You can handle this. You got this. No problem. Well, guess what? I'm at the point where I'm replying that God needs to stop because he needs to stop trusting me so much because I'm at the end of my rope. I cannot handle anymore. I'm done. But again, I'm still a minister at heart and in my being. So last week I was faced with another situation, and that's exactly what my ministry was designed for. And I felt that everything that was going on in the news and my personal life and across the globe, I just can't handle one more thing. My immediate response, I can't adult today. Okay? I cannot extend my prayers any further. They're stretched to capacity. Of course, this was a human reaction to what seemed at the moment to be more bad news, more things piling on top. But when I got home, I had the opportunity to go within and I released my humanness. I sat in the stillness and I did what I was trained to do, and I let go and I let God, and I let God handle all the details. I actually said, God, I'm done. You gotta take over. Okay, it's on you now. And then the following day, I received an urgent request from a fellow minister. It actually was from his daughter to pray because the minister had been in a severe accident. And then my husband had a health crisis on top of that. But guess what? Because I had already released and already done my work and already prayed and gone within and let go of those previous requests, then I was in the space where I was able to receive and do more prayer. So I easily and effortlessly extended my prayer list, and I moved through the day and through the night, as I should. Adulting. Excuse me. Okay, I'll get it. So this is a good place to remind everyone that it was in my release that I was able to move forward. Have I said the word release enough? It was in my release that I was able to move forward. To gain the forward momentum then that allowed me to avail myself of the opportunity to serve. Again, the saying, God never gives us more than we can handle, and I've had to be reminded of that many times recently. But what I gleaned from the words, which often seem kind of useless in the face of what our humanness is going through, what I gleaned was, if we release it back to God, if we truly let go and let God, then indeed it is not more than we can handle. It's our limited view as humans to heal in that moment by comparison, but God is infinite. So I'm going to take a moment and say that I'm not saying that if you have a recent loss or you're suffering from grief, I'm saying that feelings of being overwhelmed by life are not valid, and I'm not saying they're not valid, and I'm not simply suggesting that you get over it. What I'm saying is that every day move in the direction of wholeness. Allow the sadness to slowly fall away. See the greater good in the world, and hold fast to the little joys that show up in your life and embrace them with the love of God. Allow others to support you. And I'm going to interject here that I did seek out advice. I called the prayer line. I sought counseling from several members of our own community. They're right here to help you. So remember that, including the prayer group. And remember that that prayer group is available and they are working hard. I was able to let go of some of those really strong things that I was dealing with. You're never alone. And you have a spiritual community and you can remember your source. So I'm going to close with a meditation that is from the Science of Mind text that is titled, Gifts of God Are Mine Today. Take each word for yourself and relax into the silence. I'm just going to invite you now to close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so. Put your feet on the floor and let's just breathe intentionally and allow yourself to become fully present in this moment. It is the Father's good pleasure to give me the kingdom of heaven, or harmony and abundance. Today, it opens to me the blessings of the infinite and eternal treasure, inviting me to dig deeply into it. I believe in my heart, and so it is done unto me in all things. As I ask, so do I receive, a full measure unto my faith, pressed down and running over. These and other divine promises and assurances sing in me. The still small voice reminds me that the Father hath is mine. This day I listen deeply to that still small voice and believe its promises. I fear nothing, neither lack, limitation, disappointment, nor distress of any kind. For it is not the Father always with me. What caused this appearance of lack in my life? Simply my fear or my belief that the Father could forsake me. I do not believe that now, and it no longer matters to me what is the appearance of today or what has gone before. Today is new, and I am newly awakened to it. And I believe with dauntless faith that my good in full measure comes to me from God today. I now believe it is indeed the Father's good pleasure to give me his bounty. I know he gives as I ask, without question or limit, and I am ready to receive. The gifts of God are mine today. And so it is. Namaste.
Relax into this one. Listen as your day unfolds. Challenge what the future holds. Try and keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you fears. Go ahead, release your tears. Stand up and be counted. Don't be afraid to cry. You gotta be bad. You gotta be bold. You gotta be wiser. You gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know is love will save the day. Herald what your mother said. Read the books your father read. Try to solve the puzzles in your own sweet time. Some may have more cash than you. Others take a different view. My, oh my, hey, hey. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know is love will save the day. Time asks no questions, it goes on without you, leaving you behind if you can't stand the pace. The world keeps on spinning, can't stop it if you try to. The best part is danger staring you in the face. Listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds. Try to keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead, release your fears. My, oh my, hey, hey. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know is love will save the day. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know is love will save the day. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Tom. That was a good reminder, that one. And if and we all know love is a synonym for God, so God will save the day, love will save the day, right? All right. So where am I on my notes? Oh, yes, here we are. We're going to do our 5 basic principles. God is all active, good and active in everything, everywhere. Number 2, I am naturally good because God's divinity is in me and in everyone. Number 3, I create my experiences by what I choose to think and what I feel and believe. Number 4, through affirmative prayer and meditation, I connect with God and bring out the good in my life. And 5, I do and give my best by living the truth that I know I make a difference. And we do all make a difference. And one of the ways we do make a difference is through the act of giving and sharing. So as the ushers come around with the baskets, you can put your things in, and you can also do it online. You can do it by text. There's so many ways to give. It's so wonderful. I mean, we just are making it so easy. And apparently there's a new one. If you would like to donate by credit card, you can go to our donate button on our website or send by text 77977, and in the messages put Unity of OC Give. And from there, you can either go for the one-time gift or set up a recurring gift. And that's what I have. I have the recurring gift. I never think about it. I get a reminder email that they took that money out of my checking account. So I'm always good with that. And it's just a wonderful way. But we also accept any type that you'd like to send. So as the baskets go around, let's do our offering. Prayer. Divine love blesses and through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful. Thank you, God. And so it is. We have any first-timers here today? Yay, we do have first-timers. Yay, well, welcome. It's good to see you. One of the trustees is going to come by and give you a packet. If you fill out the packet, you can get on our email list. We send out 2 emails a week. One is to remind you of the message from today. That's on Wednesday. And then on Saturday, we get a little what's going to happen on the next Sunday. So, we're not going to bombard you with a bunch of emails, but it's really nice to get that little midweek message to kind of remind you to be in that place of stillness and silence and to remember what we said. So if you take a moment to fill that out, if you could raise your hands again so the ushers can come by. There they are. So welcome. And then we have a little blessing for you, right? We love you.
We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ in you.
Thank you. And now, let's stand and sing This Little Light of Mine, because we're all full of light.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, oh let it shine.
Thank you. And now if you will join hands, we'll sing the peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. On earth, and let it begin with me.
Right, before we do the prayer for protection, please join us afterwards for some hospitality. And the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us.
I am the light of God.
The love of God enfolds us.
I am the love of God.
The power of God protects us.
I am the power of God.
And the presence of God watches over us.
I am the presence of God.
And together, wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Yay, God!